Good afternoon everyone. This is not a metal detecting video. This is a video about a couple of coins I found about 15 months ago on two separate hunts here. I'm in the Seven Queens. It's the Seven Queens there in the background. I don't think you can see all of them now. I will show you about in a minute. I started metal detecting here in 2013 after getting my first metal detector, and I actually came here just to get used to metal detecting. And what the plan was go to Anglesey, because I knew the Romans had invaded there and there's loads of history in Anglesey. So this permission here is only 5 minutes away from the house, so this has been a brilliant permission. And I haven't left here ever since. I've been stuck here because of the amount of fines that I've had. I've been addicted to being here. I just want to show you about quickly before I carry on waffling on. I've got Alfie with me today. He is metal detecting, but it's not a metal detecting video. I've told him he's not going to find nothing here, but he insists on bringing a metal detector. What's that, mate? It's on 12, right? Oh, let's put it onto the that program, then, yeah. Right, here's the Seven Queens, and I started here in 2013 just to get used to metal detecting with the Garrett Ace 250. It's very overgrown here now. You can see more in the winter, of course, when all the leaves have died down. This is the first queen, and they're really wide trees. Now what the mystery is why these trees were even planted here. I don't think that is an original. That one's grown after. This one was my lucky queen. This is where I found loads of silvers around this one, right in the beginning before my channel. So one day when I found a horseshoe with Alfie, I actually put it on there for luck. I'm glad no one's nicked that. And then they just go along here, they do. There's a couple of them that have fallen down. There you go, and they go right round there as well. So that's the Seven Queens, and it's such a small area here. And I'm not exaggerating, I've had hundreds of coins off here, but there is a public footpath that goes right the way through, and the coins I've had off here are unbelievable. And then I'm just going to take you up to the top of this hump up here. Okay, so I'm just coming onto this raised ground here, and I'll just give you the background on this raised bit. I came up here with the Garrett Ace 250 first, and it was acting erratic. I was just getting no luck, and I actually thought there was something wrong with the detector. And then when I went back on the level ground down there, it was fine. So I thought, that's strange, might be hot rocks or something. So, you know, I thought nothing of it. And then I bought the Euro Ace after. I just wanted to upgrade, not to come on here, I just wanted to upgrade. And I came back up here with the Euro Ace, and I was getting the same problems. And then same again, I upgraded again a few months after to the AT Pro, and the Garrett AT Pro was also acting erratic on here. And then, cut the long story short, I ended up upgrading that to the XP Deus, and I came up here first in GM Power, and that wasn't too good. GM Power, Gary from Gary's Metal Detecting channel, he actually threw a program together called the Hot Program, and I came up here with that, and I started to find straight away. I remember just here in the same hole I had two half crowns. One was Cupron nickel and the other was 50% silver, George VI. One was 1946, the other was 1947, and I'll always remember that find. That was a brilliant find. I've had bits of gold here from jewellery, because a lot of people have been here for picnics. Loads of sixpences have been found here. And then one day I was just metal detecting here, and I had the signal. I dug it, and there was a big Edward III Groats, and it was about 5 to 6 inches down. And I remember picking it up because I actually had my YouTube channel then, and I just put it back in the hole, and then I just started to film. Now the link to that video is in the description. Please watch that video, because the first Groats, the first Edward Groats I actually found on here, that's my favourite coin of all time that I've ever found. It was perfect, you know, it wasn't misstruck or nothing. It was nice detail on it. And it was a few hunts after I came up here again, just going through all the iron, and about a metre or two away I found a second Edward III Groats, which wasn't perfectly round like the first one. I think it was misstruck. Now the first one, I'd already taken that in to be recorded, and then I phoned up the archaeologists to arrange to pick that one up and to drop this one off. Now, because I found this one so close to the first one, he said, right, they might class this as Treasure Trove. And I says, well, why? He says, well, because you found them together. But I did say they were on different hunts, but that didn't matter. So basically he says, even if they get classed as Treasure Trove, no one's going to want 2 coins. No museum in the country will want a 2-coin hoard. Now I thought a hoard was like 5 or more coins, but with a precious metal coin hoard, it's 2 or more, which you know, I was still learning, and I bet a lot of you didn't know that until I've just said now. So it's a very long process. Both of them went off then, and came back as Treasure Trove. And then it was a bit more time after when Bangor Museum here, where I live, Bangor wanted them. So I was like, oh, Bangor want them. Okay, now, as soon as a museum wants them, when they're classed as Treasure Trove, that's it. You don't get a say in it. Now, I didn't think it was a bad thing after that. I thought, well, okay, I've actually found something that's going to go in a museum, and it's going to make the public eye. And I thought, yeah, okay, I won't be so downhearted, because I really like to find coins. Quite a few months again went by, and then I had a letter to say that they'd been valued by several different valuers, and the 2 coins were valued at £240, and that I'd be getting 50% of that, and the other 50% goes to the landowner, as that's the way it goes. And I thought, okay, but I wasn't too fussed about having my money, because I'm not in this hobby for the money. I've never sold a thing. I don't have adverts on my channel. Yeah, I'm not in this for profit. I'm just in it because it's a hobby that I love doing. So a few more months went by after they got valued at 240, and another letter came and said that they'd been overvalued, the coins. Now I can't see how they were overvalued, because they're not just valued by one person. There's like a board of people that value finds at a Treasure Trove, and then they came to a decision that the 2 coins together were worth £240. So they knocked off for like another 50 or 60 quid, maybe a bit more. And I wasn't too happy with that, because I thought, you know, they're just trying to get the coins for nothing. But on my side, I wasn't too worried about the money, but I'd already been to see the landowner, and I told them that the coins were worth £240, and that they'll be getting 50%. So it was messing them around. I got back in contact with them, and I told them that my 50%, you can just donate it to the museum. I don't want my share, and just give the other 50% to the landowner. I was actually going to fight it, but I just want closure on it, as it's been a learning curve for me. Now, as far as I was concerned, they were in the museum, and I had been going there on a weekly basis, and to see if they've been put on the display, but everyone that works there, they just seem to be volunteers, and they don't know nothing about history. They don't know nothing about what they've got. They can't even talk to you about what finds they've got there, which is a bit, you know, it was a bit disappointing. But you know, I left it a bit more time now, and about 2 weeks ago there was an article in the local paper here called the Daily Post, and it was going on about metal detecting finds. I'll just put that advert up now, and you'll see about my Edward Groats, which I found. Yeah, so that's what I read in the paper. There was no mention of me or anything, which was a bit disappointing, but there you go. So I've been back to the museum a few times since. Again, no one can help me there, no one knows nothing about the Groats. Really unprofessional. Because I was hoping to add to this video a couple of photos with me holding the coins, because I've never actually held the coins together. Because when I took the first one in to be recorded, and then when I took the second one, they both went off. So I just want a couple of photos of the coins. I'm not asking for also I had another letter as well about these Edward Groats, which I found here. A coins person. Now, I've never heard of them. I don't know, maybe they're a coins expert. Now, they reckon that it was definitely a deliberate deposit. Now, I think no way would someone come here and just bury 2 coins. I will say to this day that the 2 Groats here were a pocket spill, and I think where I found them here is where they were dropped, like a metre or 2 apart here. Possibly someone was running up the bank. That fence wouldn't have been there. Maybe someone was coming through on their horse and they've come up here, up the bank, and the 2 Groats have just fallen out of his pocket, or her pocket even. Okay, also when this process was going on, there was 2 people helping me. I'm going to give a shout out to them too, which is Pete. Crazy 7 is back. Thanks, Pete. Now, you've identified I don't know how many things of this permission. It's overwhelming. Also, shout out to little John. You helped me a lot out with the emails, and there's a few phone calls as well. Thanks to the pair of you. And also a shout out to Ian J, because you've identified loads of finds on this permission for me as well. So thanks to the 3 of you. There's many others which I like, but you 3 have stood out since I started on here in 2014. I started on this one with the YouTube channel, but I started metal detecting it in 2013. Right, leading up to what I've just told you, I actually came here with an archaeologist one afternoon. The main archaeologist that I always dealt with, and he's retired now, which is a shame, because he was really he was proactive. Just to show you, there's the 7 queens. I came here with the archaeologist because he wanted to see where these Groats had come from, and I told him about the volume of iron, and I was surprised that the archaeologist was interested in the volume of iron that's on here. So he came up here, he did some survey work, and I think he took a bit with him as well. I think he took like a deposit from the ground with him, and once he'd done his stuff here, he got back to me a few weeks after. Now, he's convinced on this raised ground here there was a blacksmith would have been stationed here, he would have been working here, which I think that's amazing to come up with that. Now, lots of these raised bits on this permission, they have like a single cutting. See how that's been cut out there? So maybe the blacksmith was there, or maybe there was, I don't know, a workshop there. But it's amazing how he could just come up with that there was a blacksmith up here working. Maybe back in Roman times, or maybe a lot after that. He couldn't say. But we've got the Roman road going through the Queen Anne field. It'd be nice if the Romans were coming here to get their swords fixed, or whatever the blacksmith was doing for them, maybe some horseshoes. I think that's amazing, bit of history there. And also, I told him just down here in front of the Queen's, before my channel, when I was digging coins up here, I found it very hard. Like I thought in the beginning there was like bricks and things in the ground, but I was actually digging up bits of sandstone and limestone that was shaped, that looked worked on, and one piece looked like it had a face on it. Now, I was stacking all that against the slate fence, if you can see it. There's a slate fence just there, and I was piling all the sandstone, limestone up there, and I came here one day and it had all gone. Now, I asked the farmer about it, and he reckons that he didn't see it, so that's a mystery where that sandstone and limestone went. Also, which was another brilliant find from here, which is another video on YouTube, just up there. I found my first Roman brooch, which was only like an inch down, which, you know, that is amazing. It's amazing how finds move about in the ground, because the roots must have brought that up, because no way would it just be an inch down after nearly 2,000 years. No way. The Edward Groats, the second one that I found, the link to that is in the description, and that one was a live dig. And also I'll put the link in the description to this Roman brooch find as well, because I think that was a brilliant find. Yeah, so I just wanted to fill you in with, you know, the story with them coins. You know, there's a part of me which wish I'd kept them, but what gets me is that if they don't go on public display, you know, they've got to go in the public eye, otherwise the whole thing was a waste of time. Okay, and then it was like a year after I moved over to the Queen Anne field, and I had loads of great finds in there. Okay, thanks for watching up to here. I'm actually just gonna add some photos now and some short video clips of the permission and some of the best spots where I've enjoyed coming to. Okay, thanks for watching.